Hey, Sports World. This is another episode of Sports with Psycho Sam. Today we're going to go over the games this week. We have the Thursday night football tonight, Saints versus the Cowboys. I have the Saints winning 35-20. I think they're going to throw the ball all over the Cowboys. They've been doing it to everybody this year, and the Cowboys' defense isn't that good. But if the Cowboys want to win, they got to run the football really well tonight, control the clock, make sure Drew Brees and that offense isn't out there. And you know they're going to go and stack the box against Ezekiel Elliott, so be ready for that. Dak Prescott's got to throw the ball well. I think they should do more of rollouts and play action when they don't run the ball. Get him on the move and make that Saints defense think about what you're going to do. But I still have the Saints winning there. I think their defense has been coming together lately, and Drew Brees and that offense is rolling. Then you have the Broncos against the Bengals. My Broncos. I have them winning 31-21 against the Bengals. Andy Dalton is out. He's on IR. Let's keep the ball rolling. I think we need to go ahead and give Phillip Lindsay more touches a game. We need to do the play action, get Keenum out of the pocket, get him on the roll. And then do the quick passing game when we do throw the ball, regular drop backs, slant routes, out routes, stuff like that. It seems to work. It doesn't put that much pressure on our offensive line. They did a good job with that. And our defense needs to step up, man. They've been getting turnovers. I hope we do a lot more of that this game. But I would like to see the cornerbacks stop people. We've been giving up a lot of passing yards, and so I hope the defense does better at stopping the pass, and we get a more effective pass rush with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. And our defensive line, man, we need some more pressure with our defensive line. They haven't really been getting after the quarterback. It's just been our outside linebackers, Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett is actually out for this game. Hopefully DeMarcus Walker gets in there after the quarterback. I would like to see a lot more of him this year. I think we just need to run the ball and do play action passes in the short game, and we'll do just fine. Then we have the Ravens versus the Falcons. I have the Falcons winning this 27-23. I just think the Falcons defense is going to bring it this week with Lamar Jackson. Dan Quinn's a pretty good defensive head coach. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure that Lamar Jackson hasn't seen yet, and I believe Matt Ryan's going to be passing the ball all over the place against the Ravens defense. For the Ravens, you got to get that run game going, make sure you don't have as much pressure on Lamar. Gus Edwards and company needs to run the ball really well and relieve the pressure off the quarterback. But I still have the Falcons winning that 27-23. Rams versus Lions. I have the Rams 42-24. The Rams, I think they're going to get after it defensively against the Lions. The Lions don't really have that much offensive firepower. And I also think the Rams are going to be running the ball a lot more in this game. And I see Todd Gurley doing really well. And the Lions' defense is just trash to me. So I think they're going to be putting up big numbers passing the ball as well. So you have the Cardinals versus the Packers. I had the Packers winning this 34-20. The Cardinals are in the rebuilding stages. Their defense and offense is not good this year, and I think the Packers are going to bounce back right here against them. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball all over the place, and I think the defense is going to get a good rush on the quarterback, Cardinals, Josh Rosen. The Packers defense needs to play a lot better to start winning some games here. All right, and then you got the Browns versus the Texans. I have the Texans winning 35-27. The Texans look really good right now on offense and on defense. They're on an 8-game win streak, and I think this is going to make it 9 right here. Deshaun Watson is playing really well. Lamar Miller is running the ball really well. And then you have the defense. Watt and company is getting there after the quarterback. So, yeah, I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a hard time winning that game. And for the Browns, you got to establish some type of running game, make it easier for Baker Mayfield, and the defense needs to show up. Myles Garrett and company needs to get after the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, and stop that running game for them to win the game. But, yeah, I got the Texans winning that one. Colts versus Jags. I have the Jags winning 24-20. I think Andrew Luck is going to have a hard time against these cornerbacks, and I think these linebackers match up well against the tight ends of the Jaguars, and I think they're going to get after Andrew Luck and that offensive line. Calais Campbell, Malik Jackson and company are going to get in there after Andrew Luck. For the Colts to win, Marlon Mack has got to show up again, get the running game going. It's going to be a hard-fought game right here, but I got the Jags winning that. Bills versus Dolphins. I have the Bills winning against the Dolphins. Defense has to get after Ryan Tannehill and stop the run game for them to win. And Josh Allen has to play like he did against the Jags with a lot of swagger. Go out there and show him why he got picked by them. Shady McCoy has got to show up and get that run game going as well. And the defense has to get after Tannehill, definitely. Dolphins, for them to win, they got to stop the run game, stop Shady McCoy and make that offense one-dimensional, and also get after Josh Allen. And they got to establish a running game on offense too as well to get the win. You got the Bears versus the Giants. I got the Bears winning this 28-17. I just think the Bears defense is better than the Giants offense. And Mitchell Trubisky has been playing really well. They need to get a ground game going right here against the Giants. Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen, should be a good game for the Bears. I just see them being overall better than the Giants. Panthers versus the Bucks. I have the Panthers winning 31-10. This is a game that I think the Panthers are going to run away with. They're going to get after Jameis Winston, and that run game of Peyton Barber hasn't really been working, so it would make it a lot easier for the Panthers. Cam Newton, I think he's going to pass the ball all over the place. The Bucks don't have a really good defense. And Christian McCaffrey, I expect him to have another good game like he did last week, 100 yards receiving and 100 yards rushing. Then you have the Chiefs versus the Raiders. I have the Chiefs winning 38-21. The Chiefs' offense is very explosive. The Raiders' defense is definitely not going to stop them. And, yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to get after Derek Carr and the non-existent run game of the Raiders. Then you had the Jets versus the Titans. I had the Jets winning 24-17. I think the Jets defense is going to show up right here. Marcus Mariota hasn't played well, and they haven't really had that much of a run game to help him out. They've been giving up a lot of sacks, the Titans have, and I think the Jets need to pass the ball, get a passing game going. Also, to help that out, you got to have a run game as well. But I have them winning 24-17. Vikings versus the Patriots. I have the Vikings winning right here 27-24. I think the Vikings need to get the ground game going here to help Kirk Cousins pass the ball a little bit easier. Dalvin Cook really needs to show up. Also, the play calling of DeFilippo needs to be better. The offensive line needs to get more of a push for the run game to get going. The Vikings have really good wide receivers, Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen and Kyle Rudolph, the tight end. They need to mix it up a lot more, run and pass. Know when to run, know when to pass. And I think the Vikings defense is going to get after Tom Brady. You put pressure on Tom Brady, you have a better chance of winning the game. They have Everson Griffin and Danielle Hunter. Sorry, I had to think of his name real quick. Danielle Hunter has been excellent this year. I believe he's top 3 in sacks this year. Been really well for the Vikings. I would like to see a lot more from the Vikings linebackers right here against Gronk and the run game. You got to stop the run game. Sonny Michel has been pretty good this year. You got to jam the other wide receivers so it's easier to double team Rob Gronkowski. You got to take the other wide receivers away so where he only has one option, and that's Rob Gronkowski, and get after Tom Brady to win that game. 49ers versus Seahawks. I have the Seahawks winning 30-20. The 49ers aren't that good this year. They're down to their third quarterback, Nick Mullins. He's not that good. They don't really have a run game either. It's here and there with Breida. I think the Seahawks are going to get after them. They're going to play the run on defense and make Mullins win the game if that happens. But I don't think it will. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson's really good. They got a ground game going right now with Chris Carson. So I see the Seahawks winning that one. Chargers versus Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to win 38-35. I don't see much defense here. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I just think the Steelers have a better receiving core and a better running back run game going right now. Not to say that James Conner is better than Melvin Ingram. I think Melvin Ingram is a better running back, but I just don't think their run game is going very well right there for the Chargers at the moment. So, yeah, that's why I think the Steelers are going to win 38-35. Redskins versus Eagles. I have the Redskins winning 24-17. It's been an up and down season for the Eagles. I think Colt McCoy will do a better job not turning the ball over this game. They need to establish the run, though, with Adrian Peterson. That front needs to get a better push and help Colt McCoy out. The defense needs to get after Carson Wentz for them to win the game and stop the run game. Adams has been really well. Clements has been really well. Stop the run game, and it makes it easier to stop the pass when it comes to the Eagles. So yeah, those are my picks. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. And leave your comments. Let me know what you think.